Shabbat Shalom. Let's try that again. Shabbat Shalom. This is the 5th week in the Hebrew month of Nisan. So we have Rosh Chodesh Iyar starting this week. It's also, we count the Omer, 15 days of the Omer. That's 2 weeks and 1 day. We started counting the Omer during Passover, the second day of Passover, and we count until Shavuot. And so it is part of our tradition to honor the mitzvah of counting the Omer. We are so thrilled that all of you are here to celebrate Shabbat with us this evening. And we have, of course, our wonderful Shabbat band, the Life Tree Ramblers. And so we are going to also be blessing the leadership development class that just completed a year of training on how to be a good volunteer here at Congregation Etz Chaim. And we're so thrilled that you said yes when we asked for you to step up to training for leadership. No good deed goes unpunished, so there's going to be more asks forthcoming, but we'll talk about that later in our evening. And so it is my pleasure to begin this evening's service with the singing of Hine Ma Tov, which can be found in your Sidurim, in your prayer book, starting on page 10.
1, 2, 3, 4. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבר אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבר אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבר אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבר אחים יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים. אוי 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 שבר אחים גם יחד. שבר אחים אוי אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים. אוי 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 שבר אחים גם יחד. שבר אחים אוי אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבר אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבר אחים יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבר אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבר אחים יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים. אוי 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 שבר אחים גם יחד. שבר אחים אוי אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים. אוי 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 שבר אחים גם יחד. שבר אחים אוי אחים גם יחד. שבר אחים אוי אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבר אחים יחד.
That's fine, good.
It is my pleasure to invite to the Bima at this time to sanctify our Shabbat candles, Marcia Sweeten.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam
אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו על
Lahadlik ner.
וציוונו על
Lahadlik ner.
להדליק נר שבת.
Amen. Yasher koach. Shabbat shalom. We continue in our Sidurim on page 6 with the reading May the Door, and we will be led by Alexis Brooks.
May the door of the synagogue be wide enough to receive all who hunger for love, all who are lonely for friendship. May it welcome all who have cares to unburden, thanks to express, hopes to nurture. May the door of the synagogue be narrow enough to shut out pettiness and pride, envy and enmity. May its threshold be no stumbling block to young or straying feet. May it be too high to admit complacency, selfishness, and harshness. May the synagogue be, for all who enter, the doorway to a richer and more meaningful life.
We continue with the singing of Ya'alo Sadai. We continue with Baruch Hu, which can be found in our Sidurim on page 28. Will the congregation please rise? 1, 2, 3.
Am I awake? Am I prepared?
Are you listening to my prayer?
Can you hear my voice?
Can you understand?
Am I awake?
Am I prepared? Ya la 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 la, 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 ya la 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 la.
Remain standing for the watchword of our faith, the Shema, which can be found in our Sidurim on pages 34 and 35. Please be seated. We continue with Via Hafta on page 36.
Love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. And these words which I command you on this day shall be in your heart, shall be in your heart. Teach them faithfully unto your children. Speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise. Bind them for a sign upon your hand, that they may be a symbol between your eyes. Write them on the doorposts of your house and upon your gates, and upon your gates. Teach them faithfully unto your children. Speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise, and when you rise.
It is my pleasure to invite forward to lead us on the English on the top of page 39, Jeff Odney.
Standing on the parted shores of history, we will believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together.
We continue with Micha Mocha, which can be found on page 40.
One, two, three,
pleasure to invite forward at this time to lead us in the English on the top of page 41, Jen Snyder.
Sing the song of men and women, join in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come. The song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more. The song of a world redeemed, the song of peace.
In 6 days, God created heaven and earth, and on the seventh day, God rested from God's labors. And so we sing together Vishamru, which can be found on page 44. We continue now with our congregational tefillah, which can be found in our Sidurim starting on page 46. If you care to join me in dancing, this is our time to dance a little bit around the sanctuary. Any of you trying to, work off that COVID weight, this is a great opportunity to get a little workout in during services as well. So we continue with Adonai Svatai Tiftach, starting on page 46. Will the congregation please rise? the congregation please be seated? And it is my pleasure to invite to the bima to lead us on page 55, Rebecca Munoz.
May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all those who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai mekadish Shabbat.
Continue with the singing of O Say Shalom, which can be found on page 60. This evening, we are assembled here for a very joyous and exciting occasion. It's a special time for grandparents, for parents, for family, for friends, all of you who are here to share in this special event. This is the naming of Walter Williams, and so we invite him forward to the bima together with his parents, Jacob and Leslie Williams. And babe, and Jonah too, sure, absolutely. Brother Jonah, if he wants to come up, that's fine. That's fine. He's still thinking about it. That's okay. He has until his bar mitzvah to decide. The psalmist said, Hine nachalat Adonai, banim schar pri habeten, that children are a heritage of God. The fruit of the womb is a precious reward. Our God and God of all generations, we thank you for the many blessings, for the mystery of creation, for Torah and mitzvot, for companionship and love, and for the warmth of family, and for the joy and sacred privilege of parenthood. Martin Buber, a Jewish philosopher, once wrote that every person born into this world represents something new, something that never existed before, something original and unique. And it is the duty of each person, of this child and of his parents, to know and consider that he is unique in our world. There has never been anyone like him before. For had there been, there would be no need for him to be here now. Every single person is a new thing and is called upon to fulfill something special in the world. And so you know that being parents is a unique opportunity. So may you, Leslie and Jacob, find the strength and courage and wisdom to help your children grow as autonomous individuals and to live lives of their own choosing. May the special joy that lives within you become a part of Walter's life as well. And may he too learn to see the beauty that surrounds him, so that he too will look about and see the good and joy all around. And so now I'm going to have you mention a few things about Walter's name.
Walter's Hebrew name is Micah. He's named after his grandmothers, Miriam and Mary, who family meant the world to both of them. And we know they would have loved to have met you.
That's a microphone. He had one other, his grandfather Marvin was also part of the reason we basically, three of his four great-grandfathers were all grandparents, started with the M. And then his English name, Walter Scott. Walter is, he had a great uncle who was named Walter, and then coincidentally, I didn't even know it, but my grandfather who's still with us, his middle name is also Walter. So, but that was just by happen chance. And then Scott is after his grandfather on my side, which all of his grandchildren know him as Pappy. But that's how he got his middle name.
Terrific. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahachniso bivrit am Yisrael. And so I ask you to say this together.
We praise you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who gives us mitzvahs and commands us to bring our son into the covenant of our people of Israel.
God and God of our ancestors, sustain this child through his parents' loving care. May his name be a source of joy to him and inspire him to serve our people and all humankind. May his parents rejoice in his growth of body and soul. And as they brought him into the covenant, may they with wisdom and patience lead him to the study of Torah, to a life of good deeds, and to a marriage worthy of God's blessing. And let us all say together, Amen. This is Walter Scott's great-grandfather's tallis. All of the grandchildren and the children have had their b'nai mitzvah wearing this tallis. And so, this evening, this Shabbat, it is an honor and a privilege to wrap the whole family in the great-grandfather's tallis. I'm going to have you just hold. There you go. Okay, stay there. Jacob, you stand there and look handsome. Jonah, do you want a job? You want to hold that little thing right? Oh, there. Don't put it in your mouth, but just hold it. There you go. Okay. Whoa, nope. All right. That's what happens when you give a job and they don't have their papers to take a job. Okay. Let's try this, Jacob. There you go. All right. So here's what I want you to do. You see that camera up there? Yeah, that's on you. I hope you're not in the witness protection program. So I'm going to have you come closer to me. Here we go, right by that camera. Cameraman, if you would, maybe do a close-up of this gorgeous family. And I'm going to ask the entire congregation to please rise as I convey upon them threefold priestly benediction found in the book of Numbers. Yeverechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yikuneka, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom, v'yasem lecha shalom. May God bless you and keep you. May God be kind and gracious unto you. May God's countenance be lifted up unto you and grant you all the most precious gift of peace. And we say together, Amen. We remain standing as we sing Shehecheyanu, welcome to the community, Walter Scott, and also all of you, Mazel Tov. And after we sing Shehecheyanu, we stay standing as we bring the Torah into our midst and sing Al Shlosha Devarim.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehecheyanu v'kimanu v'hihiyanu b'zman hazeh.
Please be seated. Our Torah portion for this Shabbat is Tazria-Metzora. And Tazria-Metzora is one of those Torah portions that no B'nai Mitzvah child wants to have, because it talks about spiritual impurity resulting from human beings, pregnancy, various manifestations of skin diseases. Sometimes it's translated as leprosy, but it's sara'at, which is a physical manifestation of a spiritual malaise, if you will, that is a punishment for God for supposedly the sin of gossip, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit. And someone who has sara'at is known as a metzora, which is someone who is afflicted with some kind of patch on their skin, whether it's white and scaly or it's furry. It's just not pleasant to have. And those people, when they were seen as being a tzara'at, as having a spiritual impurity, they were cast out of the camp, the encampment, for a certain amount of time. And they were subject to a series of examinations by a kohen or a priest who declares the patient to either be tahor, pure, or tameh, impure. And so if you were considered to be pure and healed, then you can come back into the tent, if you will, come back into the encampment. So unfortunately, we don't have any B'nai Mitzvah person who's having a B'nai Mitzvah tomorrow, and all of the 7th graders have sighed relief because they didn't have this Torah portion. But one person many years ago, Ivy, had this Torah portion. And she was a good sport about it, and she actually came back for more punishment. She came back to read Torah this evening. And we are so thrilled that she wanted to come back and read her Torah portion. So yay, Ivy. Well done. So Ivy's going to come up, and she's going to read for us from the Torah. And we are going to call the teachers of our leadership development class to come up and have the aliyah. Ta'amod Ivria Freda bat David Umaya likro haTorah. Ya'amod David ben Dan Tzipora. Ve'Ruth bat Yehuda ve'Yehudit la'aliyah haTorah.
Baruch et Adonai Hamborach.
Baruch Adonai Hamborach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamborach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu Torto. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
V'hizartem et b'nei Yisrael mitumatam v'lo yamutu v'tumatam v'tamam et mishkanei asher pitocham. Zot Torat ha'asher Teitzei mimenu Shikvat Zara Litomava Bahadavan Banidarta Vizoher Et Zovo Lizachar Levit Olnikeva, Ulish, Asher, Yitzchak, Im, Tomeach.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nota b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen.
At this time in our service, our thoughts turn to those of our community and families who are ill and in need of healing. We think this evening of Rabbi Bruce Goldwasser, Rabbi Fred Wenger, Arthur Zahn, John Eulenberg, James Koenig, Arthur Lang, Sonia Maria Reimar Miller, Carol Pretnar, Denise Fleischer, Melissa Bullman, Frederick Bryan, Susan Wisniewski, and all who suffer whom we know not by name. Misha Berach, Avotenu, Avraham Yitzchak, V'Yaakov, Ve'imotenu, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, V'Leah, Hu Yivarech V'Rapeh et Kol Cholei Yisrael, V'Yishlach Lahem Bimheira, Refuah Shlema, Refuah Tanefesh, Refuah Taguf, V'Nomar, Amen. May the God who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal all who are stricken. May the Holy One of Praise mercifully restore them to health and to vigor. May God grant them health of body, health of spirit, and of mind. And let us say, Amen. So our double portion this week, besides talking about body emissions and all kinds of tzara'at, which is that spiritual leprosy, the rabbis also interpret this to mean, this portion, that tzara'at is some kind of spiritual disease that stems when we speak ill of another person, when we gossip about them, or when we practice lashon hara, which is talking trash about someone. But the opposite of lashon hara is lashon hatov, tov meaning good. That what is it that you can say that's good about another person? How can we praise another person? So when we praise people, it is a sign of being a good leader. That good leaders encourage and inspire by praising. And so, there was a Mishnah about a great rabbi named Yochanan ben Zakkai, who praised 5 of his beloved students and raised them up to be great leaders in their own right. But what's cool about this Mishnah is that every leader can have followers, but can leaders make other good leaders? That's the question. Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sacks wrote about the power of using praise to raise people up, to become leaders in a community. He claims that there is spiritual meaning in praising others, that religion is not about just having faith in God. Religion is having faith in other human beings. And because we are created in God's image, then we have to recognize the good in each and every individual, because every individual has good within, and it is up to us to recognize this good and help grow it to fruition. This kind of positive praise, lashon hatov, can transform lives. When we see it when we correctly praise our children, and how it can lift them up and make them functional, capable adults. So I asked the leaders, the teachers of the leadership development class, to send me a little praise about our wonderful class. And this is what Jan, Al, and Ellen said. This leadership development class cohort is small but mighty. You all came into this experience as individuals with diverse experiences and points of view, but from the outset, you were eager to learn from your teachers and from each other. You grabbed onto this experience with both hands, and you made it your own. Never once in any of these classes did discussion drag, or did the teachers feel that they were pulling reluctant students along. To the contrary, in each of the sessions, you students enthusiastically shared your questions, reactions, and creative ideas. The conversations flew by, characterized by intellectual rigor, emotional commitment to our community, and the growing bonds of friendship. We are grateful to you for your energetic engagement and are confident that you will bring the same characteristics to the congregational leadership roles that you will assume in coming years. And so, I'm going to ask now all the members of our leadership development class to please come to the bima at this time for a blessing. We ask your blessings, O God, upon those who have taken the Congregation Etz Chaim leadership training class. May they be blessed in their endeavors and know how much gratitude we have for all of your hard work, dedication, and the time that you devoted to this class. O God, help them to be faithful heirs to those who have preceded us and worthy predecessors of those who will yet follow. May their labors reflect, honor, and upon our congregation and upon our teachers and upon our people, and let us all say together, Amen. I'm going to ask everyone to please rise at this time. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmarecha, may God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha, may God be kind and gracious unto you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom, may God's countenance be lifted up unto you and grant you the most precious gift of peace. And we say together in blessing, Amen. Ya'amod Shmuel ben Devora Hagba, Ya'amod Yehoshua Tzvi mi Beit Baruch Halevi v'Chaya Gittel Galila. We remain standing as we lift and dress the Torah.
V'zot ha'Torah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai biyad Moshe. Eitz Chaim hi v'machazim ba Please be seated.
Shabbat Shalom. I'm Joel Spenedel, and I have some announcements. Mazel Tov, Walter and the Williams family, on officially welcoming Walter into the covenant of the Jewish people. Todah Rabbah to our Leadership Development Course co-chairs, Jan and Al, and our faculty. Mazel Tov to the class on their graduation. We're excited to have you as our next cohort of leaders at Etz Chaim. More to come. Thank you to our usher, Debbie Shadroff, to our greeter, Len Jasinski, and to our security team. Thank you to the Ramblers for the music, and Roberto Michelasi for running the sound this evening. And I want to give a special Yasher Koach to Ivy, who had my Parsha, and she did great. Yes, that's a long time ago. Tomorrow, if you didn't know, is a fast day. Is that what it says? Okay. Why is it a fast day? Sunday morning at 8:30 in the morning to 9:30 in the morning is the confirmation class pancake breakfast. So you've got to bring your appetite. You'll come for the pancakes, and you'll stay for the shmeikin and eggs. All proceeds go to charity. The class chose the People's Resource Center and the West Suburban Humane Society for the proceeds. Our 8th grade religious school class has been working hard to prepare and lead our Yom HaShoah commemoration ceremony, which will be this Sunday at 11 a.m. Please come to support them or stream the service on your YouTube page. On Tuesday evening, our rabbis will lead back-to-back study sessions and celebrations of Israel's 75th birthday. Please join us after services for a wonderful oneg in the social hall, sponsored by the Williams family in honor of Walter. Shabbat Shalom.
It is time now to prepare our concluding blessings. And I was wondering, David, would you be willing to come and help me open the ark? Scott, come on up. Who else hadn't had a bar bat mitzvah? Yeah, I need all kids who haven't had b'nai mitzvah. Oh, Simon, yeah. But we're like last chance. We're down to the wire here. All right, come on forward. I need all kids, yes. So we are going to continue with the adoration, which can be found on page 283. Will the congregation please rise? Go ahead and open the ark.
Let us adore the ever-living God and render praise unto you, who spread out the heavens and established the earth, whose glory
be seated. At this time in our worship service, our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth and whose yortzeit we commemorate this Shabbat. We recall with tremendous love the memory of Maurice Blonder, father of Ellen Simpson, Betty Brickman, mother of Karen Burstein, Esther Elo, sister of Lila Warshawski, Seymour Jaffe, father of Judy Polko, Judith Kramer, mother of Gary Kramer, Sadie Merkovitz, grandmother of Rachel Wood, Maurice Snitman, father of Joy Tatiner, Max Stein, father of Harvey Stein, Molly Rosen, grandmother of Judith Stein, Susie Crinsley, sister of Ann Stein, Beverly Whitkov, mother of Harold Whitkov, Ida Haber, mother-in-law of Joyce Haber, Hyman Krause, father of Daniel Krause, Richard Elrod, cousin of Terry Shapiro, Shirley Gendel, aunt of Gary Pollier, great-aunt of David Pollier, Abe Albert Gistinson, grandfather of Michael Field, Joseph Petrick, father of Patricia Gibbs, Harvey Plotnick, uncle of Sarah Plotnick Anderson, Shoshana Shar, mother of Diane Shar, Thomas Somlow, father of Carolyn Berlin, Susan Widmeyer, mother of Uli Widmeyer, Ben Frankel, brother of Dina Fruin, Ann Headington, mother-in-law of Maureen Headington, Jack Herback, grandfather of Alan Herback, Sharon Simons, mother of Gwen McCallion, Robert Sullivan, father of Robert Sullivan, Dale Froelich, father of Naomi Fine, Jacqueline Holt, mother of Sharon Holt, Sanford J. Olshan, father of Blythe Olshan Findley, Suzanne Joan Zimmerman, and we mourn the recent passing of Joseph Ferrari, grandfather of Cameron Trebal and Stephen Handley, and Leah Liss, mother of Judith Mindell, grandmother of Rachel Sashik, Ariel Fries, Tyla Kite, and Zachary Mindell. Our griefs and sympathies are mingled as together we recite Kaddish Yatom, the Mourner's Kaddish, which can be found on page 294. Will the congregation please rise? Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, bi'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechal beit Yisrael, ba'agalal uvizman kari v'imru amen. Yehesh mei rabbah mevorach leolam olmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei Barichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechemata, da'amiran bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. V'imru amen. V'imru amen. V'imru amen. V'imru amen. Please be seated. Our closing song this evening is Adama V'Shamayim. Adama v'shamayim, chom ha'esh, zil ha'mayim, ani margish zot begufi, beruchi b'nishmati. praise one another, and may we guard our tongue so that we can be the best we can be. Shabbat Shalom. Let us continue with Kiddush and Motzi, after which we'll go into the social hall and have a nice cookie. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddeshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzav b'hanu v'shabbat kadsho b'yahava u'ratzon hinchilanu Zikaron lemahase bereishit ki hu yom tehila lemikrae kodesh zecher letziat mitzrayim ki vanu v'charta yotanu kidashta mikol Shabbat kodshecha v'ahava u'ratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mikadesh hashabbat. Amen. Chaim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'te'avon. B'te'avon, everyone. Shabbat Shalom.
Back to the all